Hi, I'm Lynette and welcome to my channel. Sephora had an Insider Appreciation sale, so today I will be showing you what I picked up during the sale. If you like haul videos, then please go ahead and hit the like button and consider subscribing because I do haul videos along with makeup tutorials, swatches, and reviews here on my channel every Saturday. Okay, so Sephora made some changes to their shitty rewards program, and guess what? It's still shitty. Now you can earn more reward points towards your dollar. So if you're a VIB Rouge, you earn 1.5 reward points for every dollar spent. If you're VIB, you get 1.25. And if you are an insider, you still get $1 for each dollar spent. They also made some changes in your birthday gift. I think now you have the option of getting a 250 point perk gift instead of the one that they offer. And then I think you have to be Rouge for this, and if I'm incorrect, please correct me in the comments below. But I think for VIB Rouge you can trade in 2,500 reward points for a $100 Sephora gift card. So I mean, okay, but I still think their reward program is lacking. The only thing I like about it is the free 2-day shipping, but then you have to be Rouge to get that, and so yeah, that kind of sucks too. You used to be able to buy the 2-day flash shipping for $10. I have noticed now that that is $15. So yes, Sephora, you can still do better. You can still do a lot better. Okay, anyway, a sale is just another excuse and opportunity for me to go out and run out and buy some makeup at a discount. And you know, we love that here on my channel, makeup at a discount. So this is probably gonna be a long video, not because I bought a lot of stuff, but I've discovered I like to talk. I talk a lot. Anywho, some of these things are re-ups, repurchases, and then some of them are new things that I've been wanting to try. The only caveat with this sale, which was different from the sale that they usually have in the spring, and then the one that they will be having in November, they're still going to have their November sale, is that the online code you could only use one time, but you could go in store and use the little card they sent you multiple times. So your girl, as usual, was in a hurry to shop. In such a hurry, I placed an order, of course, the day the sale started. I placed an online order and then was so fast, forgot about an item that I had wanted to buy, but once I used the online code, I couldn't use it again, so I had to go in store, which turned out to be a good thing, and I will tell you a little bit more about that later. So the first thing I'm going to start with is the item that I forgot to buy online, which forced me to go in store to see if they had it. And you've seen this product on my channel multiple times before. It is the Shiseido facial cotton pads, and I got 2 of them because when I can, I try to buy them 2 at a time. These are the only pads I use to remove my makeup. I used to use the ones sold in the drugstore, but after hearing all the hype about these on YouTube, I finally broke down and gave them a shot and found that I really like them. They're really soft, they're not scratchy at all. And anytime I use a micellar water to remove my makeup, this is what I use to do that. And these are $10. You get 165 little cotton pads in here, and they're not really pads, they're more like just straight cotton squares. And you get 165 of them for $10, which compared to all of the other products that they sell at Sephora, this is pretty doggone affordable. So with 20% off, couldn't pass this up. So now I got some backups. I opened a pack not too long ago, and now I have 3 backups because, you know, I like to be prepared. Next up is another repurchase, and you've seen this on my channels multiple times as well. This is the Clinique Take the Day Off Cleansing Balm, and it is just, basically it's just an oil that you use. It's a solid here in the jar, and then when you rub it in your hands or in your fingers and warm it up, it turns into an oil, and you use that to remove your makeup. I just put it in my hands and use my hands to remove the makeup, and it takes off everything. I don't wear waterproof mascara, so I can't speak on that, but it takes off everything else, and it doesn't dry out my skin. So my preferred method when I'm not being lazy, my preferred method of makeup removal is using the cleansing balm. So, and this girl is not cheap. She's $29.50. So anytime I can get 20% off, you know I go for it. Next up, a couple of more repurchases. I did pick up another Fenty Beauty Pro Filter foundation, and it looks like this. I like it. I used it when it first launched, and then I put it away, and then I pulled it out again this summer and used the rest of it up. So I thought that was a good indication that I liked it. And so this sale came right at the right time, because just as I ran out of it, the sale happened. So I just went on ahead and bought a new one. Next up is another repurchase, and it is the Power Play foundation from Cover FX. Again, you've seen this on my channel. I did a review on this foundation. I was gonna say I'm currently wearing this foundation, but I'm not. But I've been wearing it every day this summer to work, when I go out. If I'm just hanging around the house or shooting videos, I don't use it. Ergo, why I'm not wearing it today. But anytime I leave the house with somewhere to go, I use this foundation. They just released their Power Play concealer, which I'm very excited about. I'm not excited about the price, because the concealer is $30 for 0.33 ounces of product. But because I love the foundation so much, I just feel the need to at least try the concealer, because if it turns out I love it as much as I love the foundation, I'm gonna be in trouble, because your girl don't pay $30 for concealer. Anywho, my shade, of course, my winter shade is G80, my summer shade is G100. Next up is sort of kind of a repurchase. It's the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer. I do have the original primer potion, but this one is the anti-aging potion. And I don't often use eyeshadow primer when I do my eyeshadow. If you've watched any of my tutorials, you know that I like to use a concealer and an eyeshadow, a flesh tone eyeshadow to set it, and that's what I use as my eyeshadow primer. But every now and again I do like to use an actual eyeshadow primer, and the one that I have, my original, I've had it for a million bazillion years, and it's almost out. So I figured now would be a good time for me to get a new one. And here on YouTube, I've heard a lot about the anti-aging one. So I thought, you know, with my Asian eyes, I would go on ahead and try it. All right, now the next few items were purchased from the brand Too Faced. Now, you know, I am still salty with good old Too Faced, because, you know, they haven't always made complexion products for black people. They recently expanded their Born This Way foundation, finally, and added some more shades for the Melanin Sisters. And now they have a Born This Way concealer, and I think there's 30 shades in it, I believe, something like that. I still don't think the shade range in the concealer is very good, to be honest. They have names like Mocha, but Mocha really isn't, what they're calling Mocha is still pretty doggone light. So I'm not crazy about the shade range, but I've heard so much about this concealer. I've watched a lot of videos about it. I've seen it in people's favorites, and I thought I would give it a shot. I'm still in my feelings about Too Faced. Yes, I am. But I guess, I mean, we should be supporting brands that are finally making the changes we want to see. So, and basically I'm a sucker for face products, especially foundations and concealer. So I did go ahead and pick up one of the Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealers, and it costs $30, but at least you get half of an ounce for $30. So it's a lot of product, and it will probably take a while to go through all of this product. This is the shade Chestnut. And I find that one application is enough for me to conceal under my eyes and put it in the areas where I would normally highlight. It is a thick concealer. I don't know why I assumed it would be a thin formula. I seem to correlate hydrating with thin formula. I don't know why, but it is not a thin formula. It is thick. The coverage is adequate. I'm wearing it on my eyes today, underneath my eyes today, and in my T-zone and where I normally highlight. And I mean, it creases, everything creases on me though, so I don't hold that against anybody because they all do that. And in terms of the hydration aspect of it, I don't know that I can really say that it's any more hydrating than my drugstore concealers. I know it doesn't really look any differently than my regular drugstore concealers that I use. I do have to powder everything, so I do set it with powder. And it looks the same as any other concealer, in my opinion. But it's nice, good coverage, blends in nicely. It's nice, wears all day. But I mean, it hasn't changed my life. It hasn't rocked my world. It's fine. It's just fine. I don't know that I'm going to keep this, to be honest, because I don't know that this shade is going to work for me in the winter time, because that's really what I wanted it for. What I should have done was just waited for the Sephora, regular Sephora sale in November, and then I could have picked it up and tried it then. But you know, I can't wait for anything. I'm always in a rush when something new launches that I'm interested in. I'm always in a rush to go get it. So I really wanted to try it. And I wanted to buy it in a concealing shade as opposed to a highlighting shade, because if I'm gonna spend this much money for a concealer, I want it to conceal. I don't want to just use it as a highlighter. But so I don't know, this might be too dark for me in the wintertime. I'm not sure, but I've used it a few times, and again, it's perfectly fine. It's a perfectly fine, good concealer. It's just not so special that I think I would feel the need to spend $30 on it and buy it again. So I don't know, I'm still going to use it for a little while longer while I decide if I'm going to return it or not. And then in keeping with that Born This Way collection, I did go ahead and pick up the Born This Way Ethereal setting powder as well, and I got it in the shade Translucent Medium. And I know you've seen this all over YouTube as well as I. And that's the packaging, and it's cute packaging. And then it comes with a little top here that you open, which I like the idea of that. I have not used this powder yet, but I wanted to give it a shot because I started using my Sacha Buttercup powder again this summer. I found that a yellow powder worked better for me with my tan as opposed to the RCMA No Color powder, which is what I normally use. And so because this powder here is a yellow powder as well, I don't think though it's as yellow as the Sacha Buttercup powder. So I think this might actually work a little better for me. Certainly probably better for me in the winter time as well. So I'm going to try it. Now that I've done this video, I'm going to use it and see how I like it. If you would like an update on this powder, just let me know in the comments below if you'd like me to come back and talk about if I liked it or not, if I kept it or not, because this is like $33 too. I tell you, these prices, and you get a little more than half of an ounce, 0.56 ounces of this as well. So we'll see how it works out, if it works out. And then the last product I got from Too Faced, which was more of an impulse buy. Everything else that I purchased was a calculated buy. Okay, so I went in already having my plan of action, my little list of things that I wanted to pick up during this sale, because you know your girl likes to be prepared. Okay, and so this was more of an impulse buy. I was in Ulta swatching the Born This Way concealer and the powders, and I just swatched some of their melted matte liquid lipsticks. I've used Too Faced liquid lipsticks before. When they first launched their liquid lipsticks in the tube with the sponge applicator, I bought them way back when, and I really liked their formula. I really liked it. It wasn't too drying. It lasted all day. It was good coverage, like it wasn't streaky, nice and opaque. I think their formula is really nice. Now, I don't know if this formula is the same as that, because it's been a long time since I used any of the originals. I actually threw out a whole bunch of them. I actually threw out all of them because I've had them since they were first launched. So they all went bad. So I can't really compare. I don't know if the two are the same, but having worn their formula before, I thought I would go ahead and try this. And this color, this is in the color Wine Not, Wine, W-I-N-E, Not. And I swatched this color. I'm going to swatch it for you now. And oh my God, I immediately fell in love. This is the color. It's so pretty. I think this will be a beautiful color for the fall. I mean, I'll wear it now too. I'm not one of those people that feels like I have to wear only certain colors during certain seasons. I don't ascribe to any of that, but I think this will be beautiful for fall. And I actually swatched this in Ulta, and I kept the swatch on, went home to compare it to other lipsticks, liquid lipsticks and lipsticks in my collection that I thought might be similar. Because listen, I know you're looking at these hauls that I'm doing and you're thinking, girl, you trying to quell what makeup addiction? You what bitch, please. But I am, oh, it's always in my mind, my desire to want to spend less money on makeup and buy less makeup. So even though I don't, I'm not always successful in that goal, I'm always striving towards it. So I always have it in mind. And even with my little impulse buy here, it wasn't so impulsive, because I did go home and I did compare it to other colors in my collection that I thought were similar. Because if I found one that was similar, I was not going to buy this. I was not going to buy it. I did not find anything similar. Ergo, why it's in my hand right now. And I do like the packaging too. I like that it can stand up, because the original ones you couldn't stand up. But I like it. I love the color, and this is a color I could definitely see myself wearing a lot in the days to come. I haven't worn it yet, and I'm really looking forward to wearing it. So that was my last little impulse buy from Too Faced. As I said, I went into this sale already knowing what it is I wanted to buy, so there wasn't a whole lot of willy-nilly shopping. There are a couple of items here that I did pick up that I'm going to show you in a minute. That wasn't on my list, but this sale really gave me the opportunity to pick up and try some of the McGrath lip products that I have been wanting to try since they launched, but I just couldn't wrap my head around her price. So having to go in store, having forgotten to get the Shiseido cotton pads online and being forced to go into the store to find them was really a good thing, because I went on ahead and found the stores the Sephora stores that do sell Pat McGrath in store, because they don't sell them in any of my local Sephora. So I had to go to the Sephora, one of the Sephoras in Times Square, and they do have her whole collection. So I was able to see, touch, feel, and swatch her lip products, which was great because, you know, I always end up buying everything, including her eyeshadow palettes, online. So it was really nice to be able to go in store and actually see the products for myself. I actually, in my first online order, I actually did pick up one of her Mattetrance lipsticks. I think it was the color Deep Orchid, and I don't have it to show you because I actually returned it. And here's why. It's not because it's not a beautiful lipstick. The formula was really nice, and I just swatched it. I wore it on my lips, just, you know, I put it on my lips just to see what the color would look like. I didn't actually wear it, and it really wasn't as deep of a color as I was hoping it would be. Having to figure out and pick colors online is very difficult, and so, you know, that's what I did. And when it came, I was like, I wasn't in love with it. It was a nice color, but I wasn't in love with it. And I felt like for the price of a Pat McGrath lipstick, I really needed to be in love with it. It really needed to be in a color that I was going to reach for again and again and again. Because $38 for one lipstick is just something I haven't been able to wrap my head around. That's why I don't own any. And still don't. And even with 20% off, I mean, 20% is pittance, okay? Pittance. I mean, it's something, but it's a very small discount. It still came to like $33 with tax. So it's still a lot of money, in my opinion, to pay for a lipstick. But I mean, it's a nice lipstick. The formula was really nice for the little bit of time I had it on my lips. The packaging, luxurious, so pretty, so nice, so consistent with Pat McGrath. I tell you, Pat McGrath's products are outrageously priced. I can admit that. I can admit that. As an owner of 3 of her full-size eyeshadow palettes, I can definitely admit her prices are ridiculous. But I have yet to purchase anything from her company that I felt like was a waste of money, was a rip-off, like I felt cheated or gypped out of my hard-earned coin. That has not happened, and that is still the case. So although I went and I returned the lipstick, and I was able to swatch just about all the lipsticks in the collection, I have all of those shades. And I know I have all the shades of any lipstick probably, because my lipstick collection is ridiculous. But again, for that price, I just really wanted a shade that I would continually reach for, and I didn't really see it, so I passed on the lipstick. I'm glad though that I did finally get to try it and get to see it and feel it and touch it. And I went on ahead and exchanged it for a lip gloss, because on my online purchase, I did buy 2 lip glosses. So while I was in store, I went on ahead and picked up another one. So I have 3 of the lip glosses, and this is the packaging, which, you know, as always, is stunning. Pat McGrath, she pays attention to great detail when it comes to her packaging, when it comes to her formula, like the whole 9 yards. Even the way you open this, it's got this big flap that you open, and it's all consistent. All of the packaging is consistent across all of the products, and you look at a package and you know immediately that it is a Pat McGrath production. And this is the lip gloss, and once again, she is consistent with her logo here on the top, and it's a clear tube, and you know, it still feels luxurious even though it's plastic. So I bought 3 of her lip glosses, and what are they? They are the Lust glosses, and I bought them in the shades Pale Fire Nectar, Bronze Temptation, and Paraphernalia. And I will be swatching them for you, of course. This one is Bronze Temptation, and it is this peachy bronze. It's this peachy rust, actually, shade. and it's got some sparkle in it. I don't know if you can see the sparkle in there, but very, very pretty. This color, this kind of peachy rusty shade, is generally a color I like to stay away from. I don't really like in terms of lip colors, but I thought this would be a nice sort of neutral, earthy shade to wear, especially in the summertime, especially in the winter time. This is the doe foot applicator. It kind of goes upwards at the end of it, and these lip glosses are sheer. They're more sheer. A lot of lip glosses today are very opaque, like to the point where they look like liquefied lipsticks. And if you put them over, if you want to wear them over lipsticks, oftentimes you don't even see the lipstick because the lip gloss is so opaque. These are more sheer, and I actually like that they're more sheer. I like the opaque ones too, don't get me wrong. I like both formulas, but I do appreciate a more sheer lip gloss because, you know, I like to be, when I wear them over top of lipsticks, I like to be able to see my lipstick color underneath the gloss. I just want the gloss to add to the lipstick. I don't want it to just totally overtake it and overpower it to the point where you don't even see the color anymore. So I can appreciate the sheerness of these lip glosses. This is in the shade Paraphernalia, and this is a sort of a violet pinky mauve shade with purple reflex in it. It is absolutely gorgeous. And then this is Pale Fire Nectar, and this is more of a pink with pinky reddish reflex. I don't even know if I'm describing it correctly. I know Pat McGrath describes them all on her website, so for more accurate descriptions, please go to her website. But they all have this beautiful shimmer in them, and the nice thing is you don't feel any of it on your lips at all. When I first applied it, it goes on so silky smooth, and it's not too sticky, very glossy, very shiny. You can see all that beautiful reflect, but you don't feel any of it on your lips. You don't feel any grit whatsoever. These are the swatches. This is Bronze Temptation. This is Paraphernalia. And this is Pale Fire Nectar. I've worn both Paraphernalia, which is my favorite. Oh, it's so beautiful. I've worn both Paraphernalia and Bronze Temptation by themselves. I have not yet put them over a lipstick, but I can tell you I wear them with a lip liner. I wear the Bronze Temptation, of course, with my MAC Chestnut lip liner, and then I wore the Paraphernalia with my Chestnut lip liner and with another lip liner from NYX. I forget. It was a plum. It might have been MAC Plum, actually. Anyway, I wore it with one of those. And they're both really beautiful on their own. So I will be wearing them, trying them over lipsticks as well. And I'm a little afraid now because, you know, I don't want to get in the habit of buying $28 lip glosses, even if they're on sale. All right, and then last but not least, I got two more glosses, but this time they're from Sephora. And Sephora is changing up their package. I don't know if you can see that from my lights, but they've got the writing on top here now, Sephora, and I don't know what this says on it, but I guess it's the name of this lip gloss. I don't know, but they're looking a little narcissish here with this packaging. And Sephora makes, as of right now, they make my favorite lip glosses, and you've seen them in my videos before. You've seen them in my tutorials. I will often finish off an eyeshadow look using a lip gloss over top of a lipstick, and I got them in two shades. These were impulse buys, and they're 12 bucks, so Not $28, $12. Back to earth here with these two. And they've released some new shades, and I believe at least one of these is new. I'm hearing my cat. I think she's trying to get in here. Or he's trying to get in here. One of them is trying to get in here. So I got them in the shades Rock Purple N26 and Autumn Mood N23. And the Rock Purple is this bright. I don't know if I'm actually gonna wear this lip gloss, but it's this really pretty grape. Not metallic really, but sort of kind of. It's got this shimmer in it. It's just really pretty. And then Autumn, what is this? Autumn Mood is this really pretty wine shade, which is right up my alley and a color that I often like to wear in lipstick. Sorry for these janky swatches, but this is Purple Rock and this is Autumn Mood. And see how glossy and shiny they are? So yeah, I think I will certainly get some use out of Autumn Mood, and I'm sure you'll be seeing both of these on my channel at some time or another. That is the end of the haul. Like I said, I didn't buy a lot, I just talk a lot. So I would love to know if you shopped the Insider Appreciation sale, and if so, what goodies did you pick up? Please let me know in the comments below. Let me know too if you'd like to see updates or reviews of any of these products that I showed you today. If you liked this video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing, because I do beauty related videos here on my channel every Saturday. I want to thank you for joining me today. I hope to see you again next week. Until then, bye-bye.